Hello again. So running every day, it's a big topic actually. People talk about it quite a lot and whether you should have a rest day or two rest days a week. I coach an athlete who's 75 and he runs every day and he's actually doing pretty well. You know, he's been picked to run for England at the marathon. And then if you look at elite athletes, they run every day. In fact, they run twice most days. So I don't think there are any really hard and fast rules. So the way to look at it is, you know, what are the most important things you have to achieve to build your fitness for your goal event? So it might be if you're doing a trail race and it might be going to take you 2 or 3 hours, you need to be able to run for 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, and what can you run for now? You know, can you run for an hour or can you run for 2 or 3 hours? So if you can only run for an hour now when you want to run for 3 hours, and you get really tired if you do do a long run, then you might need a day off before and after that long run. So then you wouldn't want to run every day. But say you can run for 3 hours and you wanted to do a 3 hour trail race, then what you're training for is to get faster. And if you can do an easy run that's like 30 or 40 minutes and that doesn't make you any more tired, then fair enough, you could run every day. And you might even be able to do two 30 or 40-minute runs every day without compromising the rest of your training. So hopefully that's starting to make sense. The way I tend to look at it is I quite like a quote that I heard from Alistair Brownlee, the triathlete, and he was on a podcast I like. I can't remember what it's called, but it's by Dr. Hutch. I think it's Michael Hutchinson, and that's worth checking out if you're into sort of scientific stuff. And he interviews various great athletes, and anyway, Alistair Brownlee is one of them. And his quote was that he thinks you should do as much training as possible without compromising your most important training sessions. And then what would your most important sessions be? Well, like we said earlier, if you've got to build up the amount of time that you can run for, then that would be probably your most important session, and you might want to do two sessions at an endurance sort of pace that develops your ability to run further or for longer. If you've got that covered, or you're very close to the duration that you need to run for, the distance that you need to run for, and you feel comfortable that you're going to be able to finish the race, then you're looking to get faster. So you might do 1 or 2 interval sessions per week, and then one long run to maintain that endurance pace. And then the other runs that you do would be to build your endurance, your aerobic efficiency, and just generally make you a bit more robust. So you just naturally get faster the more running you do, as long as you don't compromise these important sessions. So there are a couple of further things. One is, so I talked about the 75-year-old, so his short runs are maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And that is going to have some training benefit, but less than 20 minutes of running isn't going to make a huge difference to your fitness. So if you're running every day and you can only manage 20 minutes a day, and that means you can't go further on other days, then you might actually not be benefiting yourself or training as effectively as you might do. It might be better to run every other day than do 40 or 45 minutes per day, particularly if you're training for longer events, like we said, like a longer trail race. So the important thing really is not whether it's good to run every day or it's not good to run every day, or you need 2 rest days a week or 1 rest day a week or whatever. The important thing to think about is where you're trying to go, what you're trying to achieve, how are you going to achieve that, and then decide whether it's good to run every day. Not try and decide, is it good to run every day, and then fit all your training around that. Try and decide what you want to do, what's the most important training sessions you're going to do, and how you're going to fit all your other stuff around that. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope it's useful. Let me know in the comments what your ideas are, what your experience is, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.